Welcome to the USC Defensive Press Conference. It's my pleasure to introduce Defensive Coordinator D'Anton Lynn. Coach, could you introduce who you brought together?
Here with me on stage, we got D-Nick. D-Nick is a starting corner for us. He's been a tremendous leader on and off the field, and he's been one of our most improved players from week one to now. So I think he has an extremely bright future. Next to him is Christian Pierce, starting safety. He brings a lot of edge to our defense. He wears the green dot. He's done a great job just being the quarterback on the back end, making sure everyone's on the same page. And then next to him is Jide. Jide is one of our more versatile guys we have up front. On Tuesday, you might see him playing defensive tackle. You might see him playing defensive end. He might drop in coverage at times. He can kind of do it all. But we're super excited to be here, and we appreciate everyone here.
Thank you. If you have questions for him at the head table, please raise your hand. Brian?
Coach, you've overseen one of the best defenses USC's had in several years. So I want to ask, what explains that in your eyes?
The players, at some point in time, the players have to take the keys and they have to take ownership of the defense. And I feel like 2 years in a row, at some point in time, you've seen the players kind of take control of the defense and make it theirs.
Other questions? Raul?
Can you just speak on kind of what the challenges that Eric with TCU kind of he brings and kind of what you've seen from him this season?
They do a really good job of using the entire field. All right, so they're gonna give you wide formations. They're gonna stretch you vertically. You have RPOs, you have screens. You really have to defend every part of the field against them. So we just have to make sure that we're on point with communication on the back end because they generate a lot of explosive plays that way.
Next. Front row. Wait for the mic, please.
Coach, you joined the team December of 23. What have you thought during your 2 years here? Like, what was the goal when you came to USC, and what have you thought?
Goal was to just put our head down and work and just be better than we were the year before. And by doing that, just be better today than you were yesterday. And it's really been the same thing in 2 years in a row. We felt like we made a big stride year one. Year two is a completely different team, but we went into it with the exact same mindset.
Question?
Hey, Coach, players, can you talk about how you're approaching this game? I know, D-Nick, you won't be here next year, but how are you guys approaching this game looking forward to 2026?
I feel like the bowl games are a big momentum going into the offseason. So it's been fun to see a lot of guys that you haven't seen get a lot of reps in the fall. You've been able to get them a lot of reps in practice. You're going to see some guys play that haven't played quite as much in the fall. So it's really just kind of setting the foundation for next year.
Yeah, I'll say kind of the same thing, and just putting on a show and not putting any bad product on the field, and just ending this thing the right way with our brothers. And just like Coach said, that momentum going into the off season, and then for me leaving out better than I found it, and just showing the young guys, how things are supposed to be done and the way to finish off.
I agree. It's a big momentum boost for us, and I feel it's going to be big for the guys to come back and to really just look back on this game and see what they got to improve on. Myself, players that are coming back, and really be able to attack that in the off season and really be able to develop from that aspect.
For me, it's the same goal, just the same mindset I go into every game. It's just to win. For me, it has nothing to do with 2026. I'm just focused on the now.
Thank you, John. Other question? Brian in the back.
Christian, you re-signed on the same day that your brother announced that he was transferring to USC. That had to be coordinated, right?
Nah, it wasn't really coordinated, but I guess just a coincidence.
How excited are you to play with him?
Man, I'm excited. Just excited for everything he's went through, and excited for what's to come in the upcoming year. Yeah.
Middle, then back.
My question is for Jide. How did playing time as a true freshman in 2024 just kind of help you this season?
I think it was a good first experience to get my feet wet and get adjusted to college football. It was a big jump from Minnesota high school football, obviously, so just getting those first few snaps was very beneficial.
Back row.
This question's for D-Nick. On the other side of the ball, TCU has a pretty explosive receiver in Eric McAllister. What do you personally do to prepare when you're playing big-time receivers, and as a defense as a whole, what do you guys do to limit his opportunities?
I think it comes from excellent communication and playing well together, all 11 people out there, especially on the back end, and then just having that mindset to win in every rep going into the game.
Question here.
D-Nick, your son has become pretty popular around your team, Damari, or Lil D as he's become known. What does it mean for you to see like how your teammates and coaches have embraced him, and is he excited to watch you here in the Alamo Bowl?
Yeah, he's having a great time out here, and for me, I mean, it's really awesome, especially coming from a small town that I come from, and then just seeing his childhood up close, seeing how awesome it is for him at a prestigious place like USC, and knowing how like the genuine relationships that he's built with all these people and all his uncles, whether it's players or coaches or staff, just uncles, aunties, everybody loves him the same, and they just welcome him with open arms. I think that's pretty cool.
Question front.
Hey, D, 10 days ago, you made the decision to go pro, and a lot of guys would be like, hey, that's the end of my time with USC, but it was really important for you to be in this game. If you could talk about why it was important for you to be here.
For me, there's a multitude of reasons, but the job's not finished here. I mean, I just want to go out there with my brothers one more time and do this thing the right way, and also point to prove. Like he said, they got a good guy over there, so, you know, just go out and prove that I can play with anybody, so, yeah.
For today, Coach mentioned about your versatility, being able to line up at the D-tackle or the D-end. You recently made Bruce Feldman's Freaks list. Can you talk about how that versatility has helped you have success this year, and what you personally feel when people call you a freak? Best way possible.
No, yeah, it's been fun. Just being able to play like all over the line is super important to his team, because I feel like when guys go down, I'm able to fill that spot, and we don't have too much to worry about. Or if someone goes down the nose or end, I could switch in between. So it's really fun to get to learn each position and get to do all those things.
Coach, the red zone defense has been a particular area of strength. What do you think specifically has allowed your team to be so good in those clutch moments?
You know, I think down there, elite communication. You know, that's the biggest thing down there. Things happen so fast. A lot of offenses they're going to give you unbalance. They're going to give you stuff to catch your eyes. It's about just being on the same page and not giving up anything. You know, and making them earn every single yard.
Front row.
Coach, you grew up in this game, and your dad's a fantastic coach as well. What is the importance of the bowl games, I guess? I mean, more and more we're seeing college football become more like pro football. The importance for you guys to be here.
I think the first thing is just the development of the team, like the practices that we had leading into this. There's guys that, again, they got a lot of reps in spring, they got a lot of reps in camp, and then in the fall, you know, they're doing scout team, they're going back and forth. You're able to pour in reps to all those guys, and in that short span, you know, you see guys get a lot better. And again, I think that just is momentum going into next season, and it's fun to see the guys grow in such a short span.